Hi everyone, welcome to Herbie's Reef. Today we thought we would talk about Goniopora corals because I keep getting comments on Reef to Reef and on the BRS Facebook page about how hard these are to keep, and for us they have been actually a very easy coral. I don't think they're difficult at all. I just think people are not real sure on how to raise these, and I do think one key to them is if you get an aquacultured one. All of these, except for this pink one right here, they are all aquacultured, which I guess they originally came out of the ocean, but these are ones that were cut and that they've kept in an aquarium for a long period of time. So because of that, I think that they're better suited for the aquarium environment. So I do think that's one trick, and I would say especially this red one over here, that is an ORA or Aura red Goniopora, and I find that to be the easiest one to keep. Although this purple one is really easy too, and it doesn't have a name. We probably need to give it one like something like Herbie's Goniopora or something, because we just got that from a fish shop, and it's a no-name one that they had that we got for $15, and we've grown it over about 4 years. So it started out, I think when we got it, it was probably the size of this one right here, but now it's the size of, you saw it when well, you guys haven't seen the video yet where we cut that one. Oh yeah, we posted that. No, we haven't posted that one yet. We did the amazing Goni, but we haven't done the purple one yet. But we just recently cut this one, and we have a video on that. And when you see it, the skeleton of it's probably the size of a softball, maybe slightly less than that. So it's grown really well. And then the amazing one, when we got it, it's probably 7 or 8 months since we bought it, and it was also the size of these small ones. But that Aura one, it has grown in 6 or 7 months to that size. It started out a little bigger, but not much. They just grow really fast, and I think they're somewhat bulletproof. I've just never heard of anyone having a hard time keeping one of those. But there are a few tricks to keeping them. One is they don't like I see people who have them in just a huge amount of flow, more similar to what we put these torches in, but most of mine aren't real happy in that much flow. They really prefer for it to be this more gentle wave, where they kind of just gently go back and sway back and forth like that. So that's one. Two, they really, the par they like, anywhere from 100 to 200 par, you're pretty safe, but up towards the 200 range, I would definitely acclimate them to that. These that are on top of this rock right here, they're pushing 150 to 170 par, and then these on the bottom are anywhere from 90 to 100. So you can see they're all happy, but I wouldn't go much above that probably. I've never burned one, but that's where I've had good luck with them. And then the real trick to them is you have to feed these guys. Before, when everyone was saying they were impossible to keep, it was before we had the particulate foods like Reefroids and Reef and those type of foods, and they have found that these guys have very small mouths and they just can't absorb things like mysis shrimp or anything that's bigger. So the Reefroids, they absorb through their skin, and you have to feed them about once to twice a week. We do at least twice a week, sometimes 3 times a week with those foods. And lately I've been using that new Red Sea AB Plus, and I've been doing that daily. But I still occasionally put some Reef, well, I use Reef most of the time. And so we thought today we would go ahead and feed these guys, and I'll just show you what I do when I feed them. So first, this is the Reef that I use, and I'm almost out, but it says to use a 1/4 teaspoon per 25 gallons. I'm only going to feed the Gonis because I have already fed the other corals with the Red Sea stuff. So I'm only going to use a 1.5 teaspoon, and then I just mix it with water, and then you're supposed to wait about 5 minutes after that. And I don't mix it with a ton. If you put too much in, it doesn't sink into it. So it's not thick, but it's definitely not super thin either. So we're going to wait for 5 minutes, and then we'll come back and show you us feeding them. Okay, we've got all the flow off, and it's been 5 minutes. So all I do is suck some of this up into this turkey baster, and then I put a little bit in each one, and Hagrid's going to come try to eat. He tries to eat everything that goes in the tank, but we'll just spray each one with a little. And then we're going to leave the flow off for 10 minutes. guess I should have mixed just a little more. I've got a little left in here, but not a ton. But I have fed all of these guys recently. We just are mainly doing this for the video, so you guys get the idea. So you put a little bit in each one like that, spot feed them, and then we're just going to let them sit in that. And I usually just let them sit until my Tunzi pumps turn back on, because I don't have them hooked up to the Apex, and I've got them on feed mode right now, so they'll turn back on in 5 or 10 minutes, and that'll start everything back up to normal. The Gonies will usually shut after this for a little bit. Like they won't completely close up, but they'll definitely not be as open and fluffy as they were for the rest of the day. And sometimes they open right back up, but most of the time they're a little less open than they were. But by tomorrow they'll be open all over again and no problems. So that's it. You guys let me know if you have any questions. But that's really all there is to keeping these. I really don't know how the rumor. I guess it's just an old rumor that is hard to get rid of. But it is just not a hard coral to keep, and everyone says it is. And I see that posted all the time, and I think, goodness, look at mine. They're so easy. They're really. And this purple one, it lived through the high 10. It lived through everything. And so did this green one right here. This green one almost died on us, but it still has lived through everything. So they really are pretty resistant to a lot of the stuff that kills off other LPS, in my opinion. So anyhow, I hope you guys have good luck with it too. And if you have any questions, let me know. Please like, subscribe, and comment.